what's up, Mike? How you doing?
Hey, what's going on? Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah, you're coming in good.
Coming in, Chris.
All right.
Have you been watching this shit show?
Vaguely. I was more focusing on, like, politics. Like, I was more focusing on this serious shit. I saw that there was, like, apparently a meltdown last night. I saw some of it, and it looked embarrassing.
Did you catch the Alsep and Fuentes debate? They debated Syria for like 30, 40 minutes. It's kind of interesting.
I didn't, actually, because the stream that they were on was, like, so long.
Yeah, I know.
Every time I skipped, it was just more like, oh my god, look at this shit show. Oh my god, look at this shit show.
Oh,
no, I didn't. I do know that I am aware of. I'm aware of Nick's positions. I don't want to prosecute that here. I don't think he's gonna. I don't think those are gonna stand up too well to scrutiny. But that's I'll leave it at that.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I mean, it was interesting to watch them go because they had kind of opposing viewpoints, pretty much directly opposing on what they thought of that.
Yeah, well, Nick doesn't like to go negative, so I think that's what he's doing. He doesn't want to go negative on Trump. He doesn't want to go negative on, like, America, things that, patriotic Americans might rustle them or get under their skin a little bit, whereas that doesn't bother me so much. I just say what I think, so.
Look, I put on the uniform, and even I'll say, you know what? There's some shit that my country could do, a little better. And I have no problem saying that. And
that's the thing, is that, like, criticizing our like, shit-tier foreign policy is pretty standard fare. Like, and there's normies, like, doesn't offend them. Like, it really doesn't. Unless you're talking about really just dumbass, like, boomer cons. But who cares what they think?
Factory and Fanta for $20. Have some money, Smack My King.
Oh, thank you. I'll use that for terrible things. You're gonna regret giving me that money.
Are you gonna use it to buy the cocaine that Baked didn't buy yesterday?
How much cocaine can you get for $20? Like a particle?
I don't know, if your friend's a meth dealer, probably a pretty good deal, I'm gonna guess.
I don't know though. He's also autistic, so he'll be able to count every fucking cent.
Were they doing drugs like on air?
Yeah.
One of the dudes, one of the dudes in the background has like an arrest record for meth possession and shit like that, and they were acting crazy as fuck. So I have no idea. I can't say for sure, but
well, when Erin got off stream and came back on, she had white powder all over her chest.
Yeah,
are you serious?
And then she changed her shirt, and she sat there rocking back and forth, screaming and like.
Well, I do that when I'm on my show. But...
As I say, you seem a little bit lower energy than I'm used to.
What, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's late. Well, it's late. I wasn't expecting to come on, and yeah. No, like at 12:45 at night, I'm lower energy than I am in the afternoon.
Fair enough.
But yeah, no, that looked like a real shit show. So wait, just clear something up for me. That extremely hyper, like, gay guy. That guy was working for Jesse Lee Peterson.
No, that was Baked Alaska.
Which gay guy? There was 3 gay guys.
Yeah, more specific.
The one that was like the guy that books people.
Yeah, that was him. People call him Chaggett, but I mean, his name is out there. There's literally a book his dad wrote on how autistic his kid is.
So he's booking people for Jesse Lee Peterson?
Yeah, and he goes on the thing defending pedophilia and saying he's normalizing white nationalism.
I mean, I saw that and I was like, because I got booked on Jesse Lee Peterson. I mean, I ignored it for a while, but the guy was real persistent. So we were like, all right, that's fine. And it was actually, I felt kind of bad because we had DeMarcus on that show, like, pretending to be black. And, like, Peterson
What kind of jerk goes around pretending to be black?
Yeah, no, but Peterson, like, believed it. And then I felt bad for tricking the guy. Like, I felt like an asshole.
Well, you guys had him on not too long after that, right?
No, we know when he was on, DeMarcus was on the show, and he was doing the black Jew act to. He telling, like, Jesse, he's like, "Yeah, I'm a black Jew," and like he was. Like,
yeah, I saw that. It was a great show. It was a great show.
I thought it was funny, but I felt bad. I don't know. This guy's like religious. I don't know. Like,
well, isn't Jesse Lee Peterson like real fucking old too?
He's old. He's just like I don't know. I don't know why he has a homosexual, like, drug addict booking his shows. That's kind of weird. Like,
do you think he knew about all that though?
Probably not. The guy seems like he would be somebody that would be. Yeah, he's autistic. He seems like somebody that wouldn't be tough to take advantage of if you were like that kind of person.
I just like how you can't make fun of people with Down syndrome, but if they have autism, fuck them. Stupid animals.
It's not like they know if you're making fun of them or not.
Wait, we don't make fun of autistic people?
Well, somebody sent in a clip to Andy Worskey's show of that dude. Just, I don't know if it was Snapchat or what the fuck it was. He didn't seem very autistic. Like, he seems like just a Chad bro.
Hey, thanks, Sweet Forward.
That was from his YouTube
I'll buy
channel.
a pizza with that.
Was it?
They found his YouTube channel, and the thing that got me was that like this Bake the retard was just flat out lying when he got on Worskey's stream.
You don't say.
He never said that. He never said anything about pedophilia. The guy literally got on stream and looked dead in the camera, and he said that teachers that have sex with their underage students should not only be given a salary but a raise and a good position in the community because they're doing a service to the community. And then people brought it back up 20 minutes later, and he looks dead in the camera and 5 times in a row looks in the camera and says they are doing a service to this community. They deserve a raise. They deserve a pension. They deserve insurance.
Now, how old was the girl or the boy he was talking about in that hypothetical?
Like 14.
12.
Then,
it was a 12-year-old boy he was talking about in that hypothetical.
yeah.
Is it,
That's
you know, my
fucked up.
opinion on pedophiles? They're fucking immature assholes.
Jesus Christ.
Do you want to know my opinion on pedophiles?
You love them?
There you
Right
go.
there. Yeah.
Well, he texted Baked and he read it out loud. He said, "Sorry, that I wasn't able to convey myself in a proper way. I'm autistic, so I have troubles."
He has troubles keeping his dick out of children because he's autistic.
Well, yeah, in social situations. Well, we saw something real fucking similar with Ross being autistic. It's not a fucking excuse.
Yeah, but like after a certain point, like you can't use "oh, I'm not socially all there" as an excuse. When I'm not even kidding you, 17 times he said it 17 times over a 5-hour period that it was perfectly okay, and then people clipped it into 8 different clips and started sending it to his boss, and then all of a sudden he's freaking out.
It's
walking
like
back and forth.
Maybe I'm fucking crazy here, but I don't think there's any excuse for talking about fucking children being okay.
No, there isn't.
No.
There isn't.
This sounds like a very odd stream.
That's a fucking understatement of the year.
And
Star
then
Fox and
Fox-
pedophilia, what's not to like?
Like that sums up the Baked Alaska experience.
Star Fox and pedophilia?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what really to say. Like, it seems, I know when I first met Baked, like he kind of didn't. He's not like the sharpest guy. Like he didn't have the hottest takes, right? So it was like he was nice, he meant well, but he kind of like would be like kind of ham-fisted with some of the stuff.
What were your thoughts, real quick? Because I want to keep hearing you talk about that. But I remember he was on Fascination, like way back when. What were your thoughts on that episode and when that came out? Because that was before a lot of stuff had happened.
All right, so I can talk drama on this. I mean, this is old stuff. I guess I'll just say, what I'm comfortable saying. When that happened, I didn't really have input on that. Like that was Jazz. I don't like tell Jazz Hands how to do his show or anything. So he had him on because he was like, we were like, oh, this will be good. It was during the election, he had a big Twitter following, so we're like, all right, we're gonna get our show into like this big Twitter influencer guys, stream here. And that was the strategy. But then it was sort of like he had done this bit where after being kicked out of Deplorable or being disinvited from Deplorable, he then like doxed, so-called or sort of doxed Jeff Giza. Like he revealed that he was the funding behind it. And also was the guy behind a Twitter account that I guess Giza had wanted to keep anonymous because he was posting like kind of edgy content on it. So I guess it wasn't secret who he was funding or where his political sympathies lay, but he was going like edgier than he should have been on this one account. And then like Bait like revealed that. So Jazz Hands like kind of had to tell him like, dude, even though Giza is not really our guy, like you kind of just don't do this as a thing. It seems to be a persistent problem with people that they feel like somebody who's like 1 inch different than me ideologically and I can just throw them under the bus to the left. I don't understand. I don't approve of that at all. But other than that, he said Jazz like he didn't really have anything to add, so he had to like feed him lines. So that was our thing because we didn't really know him that well. We were just like, oh, this guy seems to be in like the Milo sphere, that kind of like MAGA tier alt-light sphere, and he's got a lot of followers, so that'll be a good place.
Alt-light.
Or whatever it is, I don't even know. You know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah.
Baked is like the worst kind of fucking person. He sees an opportunity to get in and make money somewhere, and that's where he jumps to. And that's what's really got under my skin here these past.
Now, if there was a four-letter word,
usually shit on the internet
kind of
doesn't bother me, but
what would
that
it be?
fucking.
I'll spot you
It'd be a kike.
Oh Jesus! Is this an anti-Semitic stream? I don't know that I can do this.
It's kind of an odd. It's kind of an odd area to try to branch out into, though. It's sort of like, here, let me go to like internet racism and anti-Semitism for like the money. Like,
well, the internet's the last place you can market anti-Semitism.
Well, he saw what was going on with you guys and was like, "Wow, I really want to hop on that train."
Yeah, we weren't like we weren't making money back
No,
then.
I know. I've been watching you guys for a long time, and I remember that period because that was like what, maybe 5 weeks into Jazz doing his own kind of thing. Like it was very early on that.
Yeah, I think FTN was pretty new back then, and it was still the election, so we were like, and we were trying different things. We were
You guys hadn't even
unfamiliar.
sent out oven mitts at that point, I don't think. And he wanted to hop in and get monetized on that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't sure if that's what he was doing or if he had some like revelation, because he started going. I remember he started kind of going hard on the Jews on Twitter, and that's what got him disinvited. And Cernovich was like, don't be stupid. You can't do this. So I don't know. I mean, he always just seemed like a nice guy that was just like naive and didn't really have a handle on like exactly what it was that we were doing. I was kind of like, Bake, like that like this is like a we're racist, right? Like that, right? Like you get that? Like I don't know. It always seemed like he didn't, because he would always tell me whenever I talked to him privately, he's like, I like you guys, but I'm not racist. I love everybody. And I was like, all right, well, it's not like hate, but you realize we're like, this is a white thing, right? Like we're. I don't know if you ever fully grasped that.
Because we were talking before you came on about like Milo's first article and stuff, and like the orbiters of what real, alt-right white nationalism, whatever you want to call it, is. Like the people who try to water that down and sell it, to other audiences. What do you think of those kind of people, and specifically how Baked has been doing it?
I don't know. I mean, I'm like surprised that people try to do this. It seems like a good way to, ruin yourself. I mean, Milo, I think. I guess it's not even so much like alt-right, because that's something that kind of crystallized over the last couple of years, and that's like with I guess that had a lot to do with me, with Spencer, with Anglin. So there's that, what is now considered the alt-right, but that's not what people were trying to get in on. People were trying to get in on like the 4chan, the memes, the Pepes, the Trump stuff, like all that, like meme magic, like Bake's book. I mean, come on, like that book was like.
Did he really write it?
I don't know if he wrote it, but I never looked at it because it looked ridiculous. It was like
There's no way he fucking wrote it. But who's screen sharing that picture?
Speaking of baked, do you guys like this picture I have of him?
Oh, am I missing out on something good? I'm gonna very carefully open this.
Yeah, don't show that to the.
Look at this picture of baked. He's got a dick in his
so
mouth.
happy.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked at this image. I would never have guessed.
Oh shit! I'm
I'd
getting
see
hit
this.
because I'm looking at him sucking on a fucking dinkus.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Is he streaming yet? Because if he's not streaming, we need to get him in here.
Fuck that.
Really? You didn't?
He's probably already in here. He's that fat.
No. When he sits around the stream, he really does.
Like he was watching us go hard on Aaron. He saw that whole thing. He knew what was up.
Well, he's used to seeing men go hard on her. He usually has to pay for it.
Usually he's in the closet looking through a peephole, thinking, when's it going to be my turn?
So what's with this chick? Like, this seems to be a big problem.
Yeah, let me tell you this, man. Let me tell you this. I think I can sum it up. I want you to picture the most fame-hungry LA whore that you can, who's just going to show up and fucking ruin anything that a man tries to do.
A white
Like,
Yoko Ono.
Yeah, I want you to picture that bitch, because that's who we're talking
Half
about.
Turkish, not white.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the stream where he was like fighting with his Spurg chat, and she was like there, like acting like completely stupid, and I was like, this is so cringe. Like, this is just what are these people doing?
She had JF fawning over at the end of the fucking Worski stream, so I mean,
I saw
he's
that.
doing a good job.
I saw the retweet that you did, Thundercock.
Are we all
shout out to Chad Thundercock, where he predicted that like they're gonna offer this chick a job, and I was like, what is going on? So I tuned in to like kind of the tail end of that just to see that, and I was like, oh gosh.
Yeah, he called that. He called that ahead of time. He's like, yeah, they're gonna offer a job. I thought he was just fucking around, but yeah, apparently they.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not familiar enough. Is this like the thing they do? It's like a thing they do. They want to cash in on some check or something. I don't know.
I think JF wants to cash in on any check.
Okay, let me give a little bit of lore.
I want to have lots of babies with every girl that I fuck.
So we're doing a stream this afternoon, like this 24-hour stream on Scrub Stream, and she hopped in, and we're like, holy shit, we actually have the girl who like ruined Baked Alaska's life in here. This is really funny. And Scrub was not showing anything because he'd already had somebody try to give him a strike earlier. I guess it was the day before, but it's still the same stream. And she's there, and her fucking shirt is falling out. Like, for like 10 straight minutes, we're all just staring at her nipples and like just watching her play with her tits, basically. And she's like trying to explain it, and it's like being explained to her, "Hey, your fucking tits are ringing." And she's like, "Oh," and then she like pretends to cover up, and they just pop right the fuck back out.
Joaquin, the craziest thing about that is she's only had sex with one guy. Isn't that crazy?
Allegedly.
Out of here.
Well, if it's a group, does it count as one? If it's like 20 at the same time.
Well, yeah.
They were
still
all
on one
in
hand.
Jamal.
Well, the best part of that wasn't her boyfriend in the next room while she's showing you her tits.
Yeah, but the only person that came in to yell at her was her brother, so I'm pretty sure she's fucking her brother.
I think guy's a pimp. I don't buy that story.
So you're saying that she is literally the Beverly Hillbillies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mike, I
She's
never
hiding
thought
that.
I never thought I'd be on a stream with you, but I only catch your show on like when Kronos clips it. But you hit on something that I had said, and I can't believe no one else had ever caught it. But the fact that JF couldn't be guilty of grooming an autistic girl because he's also autistic himself was the same thing I'd been saying.
I didn't see how that was not like obvious.
Completely fucking obvious to everybody.
I don't know. My thing on that was like, yeah, that situation like seems weird, but if two autistic people want to fuck, like I don't.
Right.
What do
What would you call that? The strange Pierre?
Oh no, the lucky
Pierre.
No, the lucky Pierre is the middle guy in a gay three-way. Don't ask me how. Actually, no, that I didn't even know that until a couple shows ago. When
There's another term for that. It's called being a shit-dicked faggot. It's a little more wordy though.
No, but it's a good expression for like the guy caught in the middle getting fucked from both ends. Like, I don't know, like say,
Baked Alaska.
Yeah. I was trying to think of a geopolitical metaphor, but that one works, I guess.
Guys, that's not possible. Anybody he's on top of becomes a pancake.
By the way, Ethan, if you're watching, you got the link in your DMs. Let's just make ultimate fucking anime crossover here.
But in terms of what I think of people that like cash in on, I think there was a thing where like when 4chan came to the attention of the popular consciousness around, like, I mean, I guess it had been there, but I mean, I had been on 4chan for ever since it was good, like in like 2010.
4chan is what you're saying.
Yeah, no, but I remember it used to be actually fun. Now it's just like, but yeah, like it became this actually meme in the like this really shitty meme though in like the popular consciousness, but then like the popularizing of Pepe, the Kekistani stuff, like that was always what Milo was on, and Gavin too, and it seemed like that's where they wanted to keep it there. They wanted to keep it like, oh, LOL, it's like all edgy stuff, like and they would sort of disavow the edgier stuff like the gas chamber memes and whatnot, and all like the Nazi Hitler stuff. They would be like, oh, it's just sarcastic. Like that's what Milo said in his Breitbart article. And I don't know. It just seemed like he was trying to ride. He always wants to just ride a wave of like something that other people created.
Maybe he mistook it for a big penis. I'm sorry, too soon?
That's the kind of people that ruin it, though, man.
Yeah, no, I mean he wanted to like get out in front of it as like a, I don't know, like here, let me represent you to like the conservative establishment. I'll be like, he'll be the lucky Pierre there, right? Like between 4chan and like conservative Inc., you have Milo as the lucky Pierre. So I guess that's like where he wanted to be, or not even not conservative Inc., but like Breitbart, right? Which is like Breitbart.
The Peter Thiel people.
Yeah, like Breitbart has good content sometimes, but like a lot of times it's just like boomer retardation.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just like these are I mean, he's Jewish, he's gay, like his personality reflects that. Like I actually went to a Milo rally one time. You probably heard me tell this story if some of you guys are listeners. And it was just like the most Jewish thing I've ever seen in my life. Like it was in New York City, so of course, and it was old people. It was like older. It was like Jewish boomers. That's like Milo's fan base. That's what's funny about it. Like once he lost his Twitter,
So Joomers?
yeah, and once he lost his Twitter, and once it was like, okay, like the alt-right's actually like way edgier than it's not a joke. Like there are jokes, but it's actually not a joke. Then he's like distancing himself from it, and it turns out, wow, his fans are actually just like these old like boomer cat lady Jewish women that like love faggots.
So is that how you met Halsey?
No, I didn't even know Halsey, man. JF and Andy like were like, yeah, we got some guy who wants to debate you, and I was like, okay.
It was definitely.
That dude's fucking
Mike, you fucked it off.
That dude's fucking entertaining, but like if I hear him vape into a mic one more time, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Yeah, but he's not. He's just like not honest. Like he's not honest, right? Like he pretends to be buddy with us. I'm like, dude, you fucking hate me. Like, and then that all comes out.
Right.
You know that how much he hates us. So it's like, all right, like let's be all buddy. But and then he backed out of debating Stryker, which was.
I could still set that up. I mean, he's in.
He won't do it. He's not going to do it. He's afraid.
Actually,
he's afraid of Eric.
Mike, can I ask you a question about your debate with Halsey?
Yeah, sure.
Like I've seen you in streams before. You're usually really good at like pushing past him. Why? It seemed like you let him lead the conversation. I kept waiting for you to like jump in there and be like, "Shut the fuck up, let me talk."
Yeah, this is a common criticism. It was. I had an off night, man. Like, yeah, I'm also like facing a lawsuit. And I had done a show previously. I don't want to make excuses, but you're right. Like I had an off night. I was taken off guard. I didn't know what I was getting into. I thought like I was going to debate the Jewish question with somebody, and I was ready to do that. And he comes right in, like every media attack, everything about my personal life. Some of it true, a lot of it distorted truth. But again, legal reasons, I can't respond to that. And I was just like, whoa. Dude,
right.
Geez, wow.
He was coming at you with stuff that you like legitimately couldn't respond to.
Yeah, I could have said shut the fuck up though. Like I could have taken it over. And I just didn't, it was just a weak night. I mean, that's the best I can say. What can you do?
Can I give you some sound legal advice, Mike? Think about however much this might cost you in legal fees, and then, think about how much a hitman would cost. Because it can't be nearly as much.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's not like it fucking painted Halsey in a good light, anyways.
Yeah, and I mean, he didn't win any fans,
right?
Like I just lost out on the opportunity to wreck him. And I told JF later, I was like, yeah, you didn't jump in when he was doing that. And JF's like, I was waiting for you to like wreck the guy. What can you do? I mean, it's like, I kept trying to debate. I don't know, it was just a bad night, but whatever. It's okay. I'm not like mad at the guy. I just think like, what's the point of why do we talk to this guy? Like he's just a fat boomer. Like,
well, yeah, I was looking forward to like a screaming match. I thought you two were gonna go at each other, and then I was like waiting for it. I was like, okay, well, Mike's gonna start firing back and nailing this guy, and Halsey just kind of kept like pushing it in one direction over and over and over again.
Yeah, I don't even really remember it very well, to be honest with you. It was it was just a bad scene. I think like once he caught me off guard, that was just the end of it.
I mean, if you were technically scoring that, you absolutely got him, especially towards the end there, where you were able to start getting him to respond on stuff. But I think that first 5 minutes, I mean, I was there with like a friend who I had met kind of through your thing, and we're there with fucking, beer and pizza and just
Oh,
like, ready
shit,
to watch
I'm
some
sorry,
shit
dude.
show.
I'm
Oh no,
sorry.
but you know how it is. You get people. It's like people are like, "Oh, the big fight's tonight. We're gonna watch it."
Yeah. Well, I'll give Halsey some credit because he's actually he's good. Credit in terms of being like slippery. He's good at doing a thing where he'll go hard at you, and then he'll slip in between like arguing and attacking. You know what I mean? So when he gets you sucked in. So you're arguing, and then instead of responding, he goes on the attack.
Are you calling him a
And I
crafty
was-
Jew? What the fuck?
Whoa, easy with the
I mean,
anti-Semitism.
dude, the guy's Jewish, right? Like he's good at
Being
what he
anti-Jewish
does.
is wrong. Being anti-Semitic is nothing wrong with that. Semitism means Jewish supremacy, for fuck's sake.
Well, we had Halsey on debating our in-house anti-Semite not too long ago, and I mean, basically, we got him to the point if he agreed with everything you guys say, except he's just like, yeah, but I'm Jewish, so I'm not going to go out and say white nationalist, but I'll say I support white nationalists.
Well, that's the other thing, though, is that he agreed with shit that I was expecting to fight on, right? So that's another way of catching somebody off guard, actually.
Do you think he really agreed on that, or was that just a tactic?
No, it's a tactic, dude. It was transparently a tactic.
Well, I don't know, because he keeps saying it. Like, he legitimately was going up against a guy who's about on your page with stuff, a little bit of a different angle, but maybe more of a striker angle, I guess you'd say. And he was agreeing with 90% of it. I was trying to lead through it, and it's like, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about it? And he was just agreeing it in the points where it's like, well, you should be going after that. So even if it's a disingenuous belief, that's still what he's consistently representing.
Well, it's a debating tactic where you kind of throw your opponent off because they're expecting you to say, I disagree, and your response is tailored to that one narrowly defined response. And then when you're thrown for a 180, you're now on the back foot, and you're like, oh crap, how do I respond to this? Or what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, I mean, he got me on like agreeing with everything, and I was like, all right, then why are we debating? He's like, I'm not debating. You're a piece of shit. And I'm like, all right, so you just want to attack me?
Well,
Like that's all it is.
Does Halsey even associate with anything, or is Halsey just all about Halsey?
He's got his own website, and he's trying to use. He wants to. It's not popular, right? Like it doesn't get like he gets There's no engagement on his website. His Twitter only has a couple thousand followers, and his website is like there's no comments or anything. So it's not clear to me that there's any engagement on that. But he's trying to be like. He's trying to get more play for himself, and he's using the blood sports to do that. And I guess.
My point would be it's easy for him to say, I agree with this, I agree with that, to paint himself in a good light when he has, no one else to be accountable to. It's just all about making Halsey.
Well, it's not just that. If he's like, well, I'm not here to debate you. You're whatever. You're garbage or whatever. The response to that should be, okay, well, we agree on the same shit. So what does that make you?
Yeah, no, I mean, I should have just said, like, take your fucking stupid sunglasses off, you fat fuck. Like, why are you wearing sunglasses inside like an asshole? Like, take them off so we can see your bug eyes, you fucking weird freak. Like, something like that's what I should have done. But I just didn't have it, I didn't have it in me. I was
Too nice.
Well, I was too nice. I went in too nice.
Vaping.
Like, you're a good boy.
Yeah.
That's why Stryker should debate him, because Stryker is not nice, and also will not he doesn't give Jews any benefit of any doubt ever. So he'll just be like, no, I'm not gonna pretend like we're buddy or chummy or anything. I'm not falling for any of that.
It's a common Jew tactic.
Yeah, no, they disarm you and they catch you off guard. It was interesting watching it again. It was painful but interesting to watch how he was actually very skillful at moving in between, pretending to argue and attacking and not responding. Like after I made like a long point and being like, now respond, and then he would just be like, yeah, you're a fucking piece of shit, and I'd be like, all right, like.
So he's got the vape in his mouth. He's just trying to practice smoke.
Can I take a second to welcome to the Anti-Semite stream the proprietor of the Ralph Retort? Thank you for joining us because we talk about how much we hate Jews. Let's go.
What's going on there, fucking Ralph? How you doing?
Looks like I joined at just the right time, yeah.
We don't
how
hate
you
them,
guys
we
doing?
just prefer the blood of our unbaptized children remain intact,
We just prefer our foreskins remain intact.
Yeah, I was just perusing Twitter and saw Baked sucking on some dildo. I thought that was
He just
Oh,
interesting.
Ralph, can I ask you a question? Because Baked said some really weird shit today. He was like, "Oh, you're doxing the guy. You're doxing the guy." That dude's the meth head. That's all public record shit, right?
Yeah, I mean that's from his local town newspaper or some shit that somebody tagged me with it on Twitter. I mean, look, if you get on stream and you're talking about pedophile shit and just acting like a complete spurg, and then somebody finds the article where you got busted with meth, and literally it's not even, I mean, come on, being a meth head's bad enough, but he asked the police to pick up his meth for him, and that's actually how he got arrested. Like, what the fuck? It's pretty bad. And then yeah, I think I brought it up earlier in the stream, but I saw you saw it later on where his dad, I think him and his dad co-wrote a book about raising a autistic as fuck.
Oh,
son.
I laughed so fucking hard when I saw that. The puzzle pieces and, let's talk about autism shit. And
the chasing the rabbit is the best part. The title is never be horrible.
Important to fucking remember too. That thing has like 190 customer reviews, 5-starred, and Joaquin, didn't you say it was on the autism awareness website?
Someone said that. Yeah,
it's on the autism
It's
awareness
also ranked
website.
460th in its genre. I gotta look up later to see if my shitty books are outselling it.
Good God.
I don't know, but just the whole definition of doxing is just getting, I mean...
Dude, you can literally look up his boss, and you find that there's retweets of him and his dad and his boss right on his boss's Twitter. And he said who he worked with on the stream. And then you click his dad's page, and his dad's page is literally a bio where he pitches his own book on YouTube and on Twitter about talking about how retarded his kid is.
His
You know how
mom's a
many more
fucking
copies
state
he's gonna sell
senator
now?
in Maine.
He's got the proof. Look how retarded this kid really is.
You
Buy the
just
book.
Did you see Mike's reaction when you said that? You got his fucking attention with that.
This is the kind of person, you know how some of the cop Twitters will do like just a joke thing where it's like, oh, this shipment of meth was tainted, so bring it by the police station and we'll check it for you. This is the same guy this is the kind of person that they are literally going after, and he's dumb enough that he'd fucking fall for it.
Hey, is anybody selling some drugs tonight? I swear I'm not a cop. Just DM.
Hey, fellow teenagers.
Hold on, wait. If you're a cop, you've got to tell me, right?
It's a
Yeah,
myth.
Okay.
that's a quote from Karl Marx, actually. If you're a cop, you have to tell me that you're a cop.
Ralph, is his mom, like, she's a current serving one?
Yeah, not state senator, but she's in the House of Representatives in Maine, Republican, yeah.
What, she representing retards or something?
Yeah, she's actually a politician.
So
She's not a Democrat. They love their little retarded victims.
Is
Look,
the theory here that this
there's-
autism thing is just bullshit? Like they're just cashing in on autism?
Yeah.
Dude, even his
Absolutely.
sister does a TED talk about how much of a retard he is.
Well, I don't know if you were you watching the Worski stream, Mike?
I saw the part where JF gave a negative diagnosis on the autism.
Well, when he played that video, that's like, I've worked around a lot of autistic people, and that dude does not act autistic in the fucking least bit.
No.
Yeah, no, there's too much to do humor and that kind of humor. You have to be able to understand.
He
something else.
could be just mimicking what he thinks humor is, and that's why he's so over the top, because he
Like
doesn't
Mark
really know what the
Zuckerberg.
limit is.
He seems more like a manic personality than an
Manic, yeah.
autistic one.
I would agree with that, man. Like, I mean, he could be high functioning. That's probably what he would say. He's a high functioning autist.
I get a high because
Yeah,
he's
there's-
on meth.
There's literally a
He
video
seems
where
like a
he's
dude
talking
that's
about
just fucking
autism.
wired, man. Like just tweaked out. Like that's like he doesn't look
You
like
give somebody that's
Wait,
high
hang on. Are we
functioning
still
on
are we
drugs,
talking
you can
about? Are we talking about Baked or the other guy?
We're talking about Chaggett.
Okay.
okay.
Bake's too dumb to be autistic.
Oh, look, she's got the autistic blanket.
So a fan sent me an autism awareness blanket.
You should drape that around Bake so he can get out of here without being burned anymore.
Re-gifted to Baked.
Mike, I saw a thread on the Chans with like you holding up that blanket, and they were like using it as evidence that you're autistic. And I'm like,
Dude. That's like the least bad thing that Chance have ever said about me.
yeah. Well, I'm sure you're familiar with Morpheus and motherfucker.
Oh, is that Lazia or is that somebody else?
It's
I heard
somebody.
that
It's
it
somebody
was
with the
Lazia.
whole crew. I mean, going back to when your shit came out, he's one of the guys. I've seen him around a minute. You know.
Yeah, I don't think I have that guy muted on Twitter. He used to DM me constantly, like, "You still time to get me on your side," and I was like, "The fuck do I care, bro?"
I have time to get you on my side, but I don't have the patience for it.
I just don't give a
mixing
shit,
it up.
dude. Like, Yeah. No, you gotta really just stop caring about shit like that. Like I used to care a lot about it, and it leads you in bad directions if you let caring about like what people that hate you say about you. It's never gonna go in the right direction. So my advice to any content creators is don't read your comments.
You're never gonna meet most of these people in real life. Why give a fuck at that point?
My fans are so nice. Your fans must be fucking assholes. I just read the comments.
Our fans are great, but our fans are great, but we have like a large contingent of haters just because we got relatively big in this space, and it's a well-known. There's just people that fucking hate it.
I just have one little guy. I only get.
And I mean, and not to take a shot at you, but the way that things happened, like when you and Jesse and everybody got fucked up. There was some genuinely bad blood as that kind of stuff happened. And I get that you guys were in a tough position and stuff, but people felt somewhat betrayed. At least some people did.
Yeah, no, I get that, and we it's just like you never, it was a tough situation. I mean, there's things I legitimately can't talk about with that, but it was just a very odd and strange situation, and there's kind of like I was like getting hit from all angles, and it was just a very weird time, but I don't know. Yeah, no, I understand that, but that's all kind of been water under the bridge.
Yeah, that's I mean, I don't want to say it's ancient history, but it's kind of back there. But you also you didn't decide to do a live stream with like 6 random people you met in a West LA bar, and show everybody, hey, I'm getting doxxed right now, everybody, let's fucking do some
hey Zoom, send Sebastian an invite. He's in the chat.
Okay.
If we got room. If not, I'll drop out to make room if you want.
No, actually, I've got a jet. I've got to go, so I'll pop out and you can bring him in.
Oh, thanks for coming by, man.
Good to talk to you.
Fun time. Enjoyed watching the gameplay. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. That's what I come for. But yeah, take it easy, guys.
All right, peace out, Joe.
All right, see you.
Have a good night, man.